Welcome back to my channel. For those of you that are new, welcome to today's video. So in today's video, we are going to be giving my horse June a much needed makeover. So it is summertime in full effect here in Florida. So it is super hot. So the horses are sweating a lot more. Plus we get a ton of rain. So between the rain making their mane and tails full of knots, it's getting the pastures muddy, and she loves to roll in them. So her coat is not in tip-top shape. She's actually pretty dirty, and she just even rolled in her stall. But before we get started, I not only want to thank AG1 for sponsoring today's video, but I'm going to pop open one of their travel packs so that I can mix it with my water here. June is intrigued by this. And I'm just going to shake this up because I need a little energy boost before we start this makeover. I've actually been using AG1 for about a month now, and I have significantly cut my coffee intake ever since using AG1. And I was like a big coffee person because, as you know, I'm a new mom, and between getting no sleep and taking care of the farm, I need all of the energy that I can possibly get. And AG1 has made a huge difference with that. Plus, with being a new mom, my eating habits obviously take a back seat sometimes, but AG1 has also helped out with that because it is filled with 75 vitamins, minerals, and whole food source ingredients, and it's backed by multiple research studies. Best part is that it actually tastes really good, but it also supports healthy hair and nails and clear skin. And you know, I'm all about convenience. It's super convenient with these little travel packs for me to just grab one and go. If you guys are interested in trying out AG1, you can use my link in the description down below or scan the QR code on the screen to get a 1-year supply of vitamin D3 plus K2 and 5 AG1 travel packs free with your first subscription. All right, you guys, and on that note, let's get started with giving this girl a makeover. So the first thing we're gonna work on is her mane right now because she does have 2 knots in it that are pretty good, and we're just gonna do a light grooming before we actually give her a bath. These knots are pretty thick, but we should be able to get them out without compromising the hair too much. I did spray it with detangler. Take note of this mane, guys, because this is going to be one of the biggest transformations that we do to her, because we need to get her mane back looking nice and white again. Right now it's a bit yellow because it is just so dirty. So much hair. Okay, so we have most of the mane done, but now it's time to really work on these knots. I've kind of let the detangler sit in them a bit, and it's time to start to brush them out. Another clump. Okay, last bits of the mane are just the forelock here. Beautiful. This is how much of her mane hair came out. So basically that's how the knots get in there, is just because all this loose hair that needs to come out anyways just kind of gets clumped up with each other. But that in itself, oh my gosh, that needed to come off of her. It's summer and it's so hot. That felt like it took forever in itself, but that was a vital part of this makeover. I'm gonna do a light grooming on her now, and then we're gonna get her into the bath. When I say the bath, she's not going in a bath. We're gonna give her a bath, but when I say light grooming, very light grooming, because I just need to pick her feet and do a couple other things, and we just need to get right into the bath because we're gonna undo all that mess anyways. Couple more left. Just gotta get all the dirt and hay out of there.
Okay. All right. Last hoof to go through. Not too much in this one. Her hoofs are picked, mane and tail is brushed, and now we're just gonna take this brush and just lightly get any loose dirt off of her, and then it's time to get her in the water. She looks so much better already, but she is good with her bath prep. Now it's time to get her bathed. So I've got my handy dandy easy wash, total body wash here. That's first spitting out just water, and then we'll start with shampoo. But let's go get her hose down. I know she's gonna love this because it is so hot out right now. This side is pretty good. Now we're gonna go and do the other side. All right, now that she is nice and washed off, we're gonna switch this to on and get some soap coming out. It's like a giant car wash. I was not expecting that. I haven't used this in a while. It's putting out so much soap. It's actually working really well. All right, let's jump to the other side. Let's get a ton of shampoo in this mane. Let's get this tail filled with shampoo. All right, let's turn it off. And we're ready to work the shampoo in. We're getting her nice and sudsed up. All right, guys, you know the game that we like to play. Put in the comments down below this emoji that I draw. If you guys made it this far in the video, I expect to see these in the comments. And now it's gone. All right, let's finish up this makeover, getting her all bathed. She has a very big butt. So we need to make sure that we get it all. You can see how brown these suds are. They are so dirty. All the way down to her legs here. She did have a little bit of rain rot that's going away now. So make sure we get that all nice and clean. We're gonna get her chest. Every inch of this horse needs to be cleaned. One side is done. Now we're moving over to this side. These suds are so dirty. Means it's working. She's being such a good girl. She's loving her makeover. Now it's time to work the mane really quick. Get all sudsy, because the fun part is about to happen. So I'm using my purple shampoo to really get her mane all nice and white. Guys, it's perfectly fine for her to use this. We don't use this all the time, but it is perfectly fine and safe. We have the brassy color eliminator sitting there for just a couple minutes, and we're gonna go ahead and put this in her tail while this sits for a second. Her tail runs a little bit more yellow just by nature, the actual color of it, so it won't get as white as her mane, but her mane is really white. So we're gonna now let this one sit in here while we rinse the rest of her off. Before we rinse, I know I just said it's time, I want you guys to see these brown suds. This is how dirty she was. She needed this makeover so badly. Time to rinse. It's already looking so good. Time to get the purple shampoo out of her tail. So as you can see, it's not as white as the mane, but that's just because that's her natural hair color. Her natural hair color is very, very white in her mane, but not as much in her tail. So she's all bathed and washed off. Now it's time to get a little bit of the excess water off of her by using my squeegee. All right, this is one of the most satisfying parts. So just get all this extra water off of her. A lot of water coming off of her. Before I bring her back into the barn, I just want to go one over with her mane again so that we can dry nice and flat. But it looks so good. It's not even dry yet, guys, and you can see how much whiter it is. There's nothing like a mid-makeover poop. So unladylike of you. All right, so the first phase, oh my gosh, see, this is how easy a knot can be created. She just shook her head and look at that. Seriously, a huge knot. Oh my gosh. This is how easy it is for these guys to get knots in their mane. Oh my gosh, that's like a serious knot too, just from her shaking her head. Okay, now the first part of this makeover is done. It's time to let her dry off a bit and then finish up the rest of this makeover. So she's back in her stall to dry off for a bit, but her coat is looking so good and nice and shiny. It is still a little bit wet, but still looking so good. I hear you, June. She's just eating some hay as we wait for her to dry off. I am hot and sweaty from this makeover. It is literally like washing a car, especially in the Florida heat right now. But I basically need to give myself a makeover, but I'm going to let her rest up in her stall a bit. Fingers crossed she doesn't roll in her stall because that would be counterproductive to what we've already done. But there's a couple things that we need to wait for her to actually dry to finish her makeover and make her looking in tip-top shape. So I will see you guys shortly, technically 1 second because the power of editing. Back out here ready to finish this makeover, and oh my gosh, her mane is so nice and luxurious. All right, let's pull her back out and finish this up. I cannot with her mane, it's so beautiful. Oh my gosh. Her mane looks so beautiful and white. It is to die for. It turned out so good. This is the makeover she needed. I'm gonna run the brush through her tail to get it nice and free of any tangles. She is looking so good. Wow, she looks so cute. I don't even want to let her outside because I know she's just gonna roll make a mess, but look at the breeze. Oh my gosh, she's beautiful. But it's time to give some attention to her hoofs so we can, oh yeah, see, she knows what I mean. So here it is for her completed makeover. She looks so good and she knows it. All the way down to those hoofs. So good. Her coat looks so nice and shiny. Tail, nice and long, no tangles. That mane, nice and detangled and nice and bright. Just blowing in the wind. Beautiful. All right, you guys, well, that is the completed makeover of Miss June. She needed this makeover, being the only girl in the barn. You know, she needs a little bit of extra TLC to keep up with her beautiful looks. That's just a joke. But her mane came out absolutely beautiful. It's so soft. And it's so bright, like how it's supposed to look, because this is what her mane looks like. She just looks so good, so much cleaner and fresh. I'm sure it feels so much better on her anyways. But if you guys like today's video, if you guys like seeing Miss June get a makeover, make sure you go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel down below so you don't miss any videos like this. And of course, make sure your post notifications are turned on. All right, you guys, well, we love you and we'll see you in the next one.